Greetings and salutations, my friends. Welcome to the Ramble, or is it the Loki review? I, my friends, have a new YouTube channel. It is called the aforementioned Loki review. It is a place on the internet where I can take the piss out of people. Sometimes take the piss out of people, sometimes talk about serious stuff or just have a rant about things, stuff that interests me. I've been watching YouTube since early on when it's first started becoming popular. I'm a massive fan of news channels and all sorts of stuff on YouTube. And occasionally there's really stupid shit on YouTube that, remember when everybody was taking those Tide Pods and just eating them as a challenge, like eating detergent for a YouTube challenge and stuff like that. And stuff like that really interests me, and I like good commentary channels like Leon Lush and Alex. I am Alex and Jackmate, and I've watched those channels for 4 or 5 years, the ones that were about. I've always enjoyed it, and when I've had my gaming channel, I've always occasionally something will make me laugh or annoy me on YouTube or the internet, and I'll want to make a video about it. And I've always gone, well, I can't just put it on my. It would be weird if I put it on my gaming channel, just a random rant about some like Logan Paul, for example, or something. And so I haven't done it, but I've always wanted to do that sort of stuff. So what I'm going to do, what I have done, is I've created the Loki review. What I did do, right, there's something very special when you start a YouTube channel from scratch. And, now I've been doing it for a few years, and I've got 40,000 subscribers, and, while I'm very grateful for every single subscriber I get, it doesn't feel that impact that it does when you got your first ever subscriber, obviously, when you're on zero. So what I did was started the Loki review channel. I didn't tell anyone, and I made a video, or made 2 videos, but I made a video and put it out there. And so it was not linked to me in any way. There was no links to me. I just wanted to see because I knew that if I told you, you guys would subscribe and support me and all that good stuff. But I wanted to see for a week if I could gain subscribers on my own with my new channel idea. And amazingly, my first ever video on that channel that's not related to this one, I got like 600 views on my first video and about 30 subscribers, which it took me back to when I first started Football Manager, and you were like, oh my God, I got 2 subscribers today, it's fucking mental. And it reminded me just how much I love YouTube and all that sort of stuff. So I made a couple of videos, and then I mentioned it on my live stream with Fort William. So a lot of people will know about it already. But yeah, it's not a what's the word? It's not one of those channels that just a reaction. That's the word. It's not a reaction channel. One of those channels I just hate. They'll put on the latest Beyonce video. I've got dog hair in my eye. And they'll have it like full screen, and they'll have themselves in the corner watching Beyonce's new video going, that was good, that. Yeah, it was good. And then they get hundreds of thousands of views, which I never really make much sense. But what that does is that takes away from that Beyonce video. Not that she needs views, but what that does is people might not go and watch the Beyonce video. They've literally just seen it. So I want to obviously use other people's videos, but I want to make it fair use and transformative. So, for instance, I'll show you a little clip in a second, but my first ever video, I thought, take it easy. Don't go too crazy. Ease myself in with something light and fluffy. So basically, I talked about Jesus' sexual assault video. Yeah, go it easy, boys. Because Jesus was accused by a YouTuber, yes, actual Jesus, of touching him. And the story that unfolded. So I took both parts of it. I'll show a clip now, editor. Hopefully he'll show his footage of what happened, because then obviously Jesus is going to jail.
And that's when he pulled out a marker from his pocket and began to draw around my nipple.
Okay, that was a turn I wasn't expecting it to take. Of all the things, if you'd given me a million guesses as to what happened after he asked him to unbutton his shirt, yeah, that would be down on the list. So that's just a small part of the video, and it was just trying to, because this guy had accused him and Jesus had defended himself, because if you didn't know, Jesus has got a YouTube channel, and basically putting the pieces together, see what added up. And it was a really fun video to make. And second video I made, just a fun little one about writing a song, because I was big time and I had 23 subscribers at the time, and I wanted to, make sure I was ready to either start a music career or start making diss tracks. So I was trying to learn from the Genius channel and the song lyrics. But it's going to be stuff like that, and it's anything that takes my interest, really, and that I want to make a video about. The video is going to be about once a week. If you want, you can get involved a number of ways. Obviously, I'd love it if you could drop a subscription over there and go and watch the couple of videos, drop them likes, leave a comment just of support if you want. Even just say, thanks, mate, good vid, or something, because obviously it's a brand new channel. It's a lot harder to get off the ground. YouTube doesn't like new channels. It takes a while to trust them. So any little bonus that you guys can give me will be massive. But also what you can do is join our Discord. The link to the channel is to the Discord is in the not in the comments, in the description. Been doing this ages. And we've got a section on there where if you find something either funny or silly or stupid or that makes you angry on YouTube or on the internet as a whole, you can put a link to it or talk about it in that section, the Loki review section of the Discord, and then it gives me ideas for videos or stuff I might not have seen. So I really want you guys to get involved as well and sort of suggesting stuff. But I'm absolutely delighted with it. And it's a bit of a change of pace, and I was a bit nervous. Took me a while to make my first video. It's always hard, that first one. But I'm really pleased with how it turns out. I'll obviously get better at it hopefully, as time goes on and get more used to it. And I'm going to practice my editing skills a little bit that are non-existent right now, so I can just put a little bit more fun stuff into the video as well. But I'm really pleased with how it's going. So if you want to support me, the Loki review link is in the description. That will be fantastic. One little final thing before we finish up today's ramble, and that is the diet update. Now, today's diet, we just had week 3 of the diet, and it was the first week where, for the first 2 weeks, I was, as you are, gung-ho. I was eating a shit ton of vegetables. What I was doing was I wasn't really reducing my portion sizes of my dinner. Let's say we had mashed potato, chicken and mixed veg, right? What I would do, instead of just reducing everything, I'd reduce the chicken and mash, and then up the veg count. So I double the amount of veg. So I didn't feel hungry, and I was eating a lot better food, and that's really sort of worked. And I think this week, I feel like I was, I had 2 solid weeks of perfect, well-behaved, and I was like, I want a snacky, I want a bag of crisps. But the good thing about when you're this sort of diet is that you don't punish yourself. If you want a bag of crisps, have a fucking bag of crisps, right? All you have to do is pay for it in some way. So, of an evening, when I normally have my lunch, because I live on a weird thing, I get up at 3 p.m, have dinner at 6 p.m, and then I'll have lunch at 2 a.m. Yeah, it's weird. But let's say I was really got a hankering for a bag of crisps or something. What I'll do is I'll go, okay, well, I can have a packet of crisps and a little chocolate bar, but that is my lunch. That is the payment that I must give for my lunch. So this week, despite having about 5 bags of crisps, quavers, and what are those prawn cocktail buggers called? Skips. I lost 3 pounds, and so did Curly. So delighted so far at how things are going. I've lost, 9 pounds, which is, I think it's 9 pounds. Let me get the spreadsheeteth up. So in the 3 weeks that we've been going so far, really should have a totalizer on the spreadsheet, shouldn't I? I've lost 10.5 pounds, which is bloody marvellous, which is almost 5 kilos, for those of you that do kilos. And Curly has lost 12 pounds, which is absolutely ridiculous. So I'm really pleased with how things are going, and I'm allowed to have snacks, and I'm allowed to cheat day, and I'm allowed to have a cheese on toast. Like, cheese is terrible. But as long as you take that into account, and then you know you have to pay for it, whether that is your lunch or, you know, next day you have to cut down a little bit to pay the calories, to pay the calorie monster. And it's going really well. And that what I think the benefit of that is that you don't start eating healthy, and then go, chocolate in my face hole, and just destroy some giant whole nut bar because you've been craving chocolate so long. Just have a little bit of chocolate. Don't worry about it. And if you have a terrible week, which I'm sure will happen at some point, that's the easiest point where you give up. You go, oh, fuck it. I thought I had a good week, put on a pound, fuck it. But don't. That's when you just go, okay, cool. Bad weeks happen. We go again. So I'm sure that in the next few weeks I'll have a bad week, but I'm very delighted. Let me know how you are getting along in the chat below, in the comments below, and subscribe to the new channel. And let me know what you think of it. I'd really appreciate the feedback. It all helps. Obviously, it's a new thing. It's a new beast for me. It's not talking about football and all that sort of stuff. So let me know how I'm getting on. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.